Hello ladies and gentles. Now something I get asked in the comments quite a bit is how do you make your stencils line up? Now to make them line up all you do is create things called anchor points. So I'll show you how to do that now. Take your stencils. Here I'm using a 3-layer stencil. This will obviously work with as many layers as you want. Now do this part in twos. First of all, we're going to get them lined up. So usually take the most solid stencil, which will nearly always be your white stencil or your highlight stencil, and make that in the base. And then get your next stencil and make sure this lines up. You want to get these corners really lined up and the top lined up. And then we're going to tape them together. Here I'm using invisible tape or magic tape. I like this stuff because it comes on and off really easily and it's nice and easy to break. But of course you can use masking tape or sellotape, anything really. And then just get these corners really tight together and this corner really tight together. Make sure all of this is solid as a rock. Now take your next layer. Because I'm doing 3 layers here, I'm just going to put this one on. But if you're doing more than 3, do it in groups of 2, then put the 2 together and make 1. And again, obviously, just get this re-lined up with the rest of it. And again, tape that down and make sure that is nice and solid. So that is all lining up. So now we have them lined up. So now we've got them lined up, we need to add the anchor points, which is how we will keep them lined up when we're spraying them. So make sure where you're going to make your marks here, there's no cuts below it, there's no stencil cutouts, and then put your marks. Here I am doing crosses. I like to use crosses. I see a lot of people, and most people use triangles. I favour these crosses because you have more reference points of measurement. You've got the corners of the crosses, the tops, the sides. There are lots of vertical lines, which means you can add up. So now get all of them cut. It doesn't matter if they're all different sizes as long as you cut them as a cross. It doesn't matter at all where they go. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. So now you've got to get them all apart. And as you can see, we've just got these perfect crosses cut on each layer. So you take them all apart, and now we can get them all lined up. So I'm going to show you now how you make them lined up when you're spraying them. So imagine the cutting board is the canvas, the wall, the board, whatever you're using. You put a piece of tape down, and you always best use masking tape here under each cross, as you can see. And then this will act as your guide for the whole of your painting. Every stencil will come off these lines. Now when you're spraying that layer, make sure you spray some paint in between these crosses. I just changed to blue here just so you could see it easier. And this is how you use your guide. Obviously make sure the paint's a different colour to the tape. And as you can see, there's the crosses. So these crosses now are locked in on this tape. So now when you go into your next layer, put that down and line it up. Make every corner, every right angle line up exactly with what's underneath, what's been sprayed. And then when you spray this layer is in exactly the same place as the layer below. And make sure you spray again, because then you'll have the next layer has got another reference point from that one. And remember to take that tape off when you're finished, and then your stencils will be perfectly lined up. And I hope you enjoyed this video. See you later. Bye bye. Subscribe.